Hey guys, welcome to Accounting Software Applications, Accounting 150. My name is Mr. Harris. I'm going to be your instructor for this class. The first week, there's a couple things you're going to need to do. First off, you're going to need to install the QuickBooks software that came with your book onto your computer. So when you're purchasing your book, make sure you can check here on the syllabus section of the page. Make sure you're getting the book that has the proper ISBN. It should come this ISBN here, and it should come with two CDs. One is a trial version of QuickBooks and the other is a data CD with sample company files, and we're going to be using both of those in this course. So first thing you'll want to do is when you start reading chapter 1, it will first thing it'll ask you to do is to take a look at Appendix A in the back of your book, and that will give you instructions as to how to get started loading the software onto your computer. So that's a good place to start. Okay, so when you first open the class, this is what it looks like. Make sure you look through the syllabus. Here, not only does it give you information about the textbook that we'll be using and expectations from you as you complete this course, but also there's a schedule there. We're going to be following the schedule, and generally speaking, your work will be due on Sunday evenings at 11:45 p.m. Make sure also that you complete this 10% quiz. It's due on August 29th. If you want to stay in this course, it's mandatory that you take this, and let's take a look at that. It should only take you about 2 seconds. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so you're going to answer true or false to these 4 questions here, and that's it. So it shouldn't take you too long to do. Make sure you do that. It'd be a shame to be dropped because you failed to do that. So this very first chapter, Module 1, also chapter 1 here, the name of this chapter in your book is Quick Tour of QuickBooks. And so first thing you're going to want to do here to get started this week is click on this link right here. These are instructions to get started. There are also instructions for your assignment for this first chapter, and there's also a place there for you to submit your work to me. Okay, there are PowerPoints for this chapter. There's PowerPoints for each chapter, and with each module I have a link here that will take you to a place where you can access videos for each of these chapters. A couple other various links that you might find helpful here as well. Okay, so generally speaking, each week the way it's going to work is you're going to be tackling something new in your book. Not every week will we be necessarily doing a chapter. In fact, let's go take a look at the schedule here really quick. Okay, so you can see here there's 16 modules in this course. It's a 16-week course. You can see here we're going to be working on these first 7 chapters for the first 7 weeks, and we're going to go back and we're going to work some problems from these first 7 chapters. Then down here in Module 11, we're going to be doing a case, and we have some projects down here for Xavier Enterprises. But generally speaking, let's go back and take a look at what your normal run-of-the-mill week will look like. So, and I've made these not available to you now, but as we work through, as each week comes, I will make those available so you can complete the assignments. But this is kind of what your typical week is going to look like. There's a PowerPoint for you to check out. There's videos for you to check out. And if you click on this link here, there are instructions for you with respect to what you need to do for the chapter and a place to submit it. So let's click on this and take a look. Okay, have some highlighting here to highlight the important things. And so just read through it and make sure you follow the directions closely. It's important that if you want to do good in this class, that you don't skip anything, and you make sure that everything is asked of you, that you complete those things. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you're going to be submitting work for each chapter, and the way you're going to do this is you're going to have a CD that's going to have fictitious companies on it. It's a data file CD, and your book will tell you to go on and open or restore the fictitious company for each chapter. You're going to work in that, and then when it's time to turn in your work to me, you're going to go to this website, okay, www.myquickbooks.me, and here you're going to see all these different templates. Okay, so for each chapter, it's going to prompt you as you work through it, and then there'll be some exercises and some things like that that we'll do at the end. But it's going to prompt you, take your work and put it into one of these Excel spreadsheets for you to submit to me. Okay, so let's take a look at what one of those would look like. So you're going to follow this link, you're going to come here, and then for example, you're going to click on this, you're going to save this file, you're going to put your name in the file name so that I know who it is when you submit your work. And let's take a look at what one of those templates might look like. Okay, so this is for the very first chapter. This would be the Excel template, and you can see here that I haven't changed it to put my name in it, but this is chapter 1, reports. So generally speaking, there's going to be one Excel template for your reports, and there's going to be one for the documents for each of the chapters. So let's take a look here. The first thing you do when you open it up, I think it actually opens up on this page here, but if you click to the left, you can see reports for the instructions. Okay, these are reports, or these instructions are also very similar to what you can find in Appendix D in the back of your book. It'll give you assistance in making sure you're doing this correctly. But basically the gist of it is, as you're working through the chapter, there's a place here, there's a tab at the bottom. Chapter 1, it's going to ask you to prepare a trial balance. Then exercise 1.1, then a balance sheet. Okay, so what you're going to do when you're finished, it should look a little bit something like this. For example, for the trial balance. Okay, so follow the directions in your book, and you're able to actually send the report from QuickBooks over to Excel. So you'll have the P&L, or I'm sorry, the trial balance here, then you'll have a profit and loss statement, things like that for each little exercise, or actually as you're working through the book, there'll also be some places where as you're just working through the chapter to ask you to complete different tasks and send them to Excel. So make sure once you're done, make sure you have something for each of these tabs that I've assigned. I won't necessarily assign you all of the problems and exercises right off the bat. So make sure you follow the instructions for each chapter, and that you're not doing more or less than what's asked of you. Okay, you're going to be doing something similar for the documents. Now with the documents, once again, when you open up the template, there's going to be instructions for you. Okay, and so one of the things, exercise 1.2 asks you to do a little research as to when do I use a backup versus a portable company file. It wants you to research some things like this. So what you do is you go and find it, and you should be able to, by following the instructions in the book, send that from QuickBooks to over here to Excel. You know, worst case scenario, you could always do a print screen and copy and paste that into Excel, and you would print the screen of your computer by holding down the control button and then pushing the print screen button. This doesn't print anything out on paper. It takes a snapshot of your screen, a digital snapshot, and you can throw it in here in Excel and save it and send it to me. So if you're having trouble, that's okay. I just basically need an electronic version of your work so that I can grade it. So that being said, if we go back here to our Moodle course, once again, notice all the work here is due by 11:45 p.m. on August 26th for this first chapter. I went down here, I showed you what a typical chapter will look like. There are a couple things down here at the bottom, other things that might be of interest to you. I have some videos here on how to dress for success, careers in accounting, interviewing tips, what it takes to become a CPA, some things like that. So take a second and go through and look through those. And I really hope you learn a lot from this class. I think it's going to be pretty fun. It's definitely a hands-on class. You're going to learn a lot. And just as I've indicated up here, it says the QuickBooks software we're going to learn to use in this class is utilized by over 90% of small business enterprises. So what you're learning in this class will be helpful to help you succeed in the real world. So take some time. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. Feel free. You can email me, give me a ring, swing by my office. I want you to succeed. Once again, have fun. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.